Hi everybody. Okay, so with Bold, I kind of tend to give it a little more grace than the other soap operas because most soap operas have an hour to work with, so that's a lot of time. Even when you put in the commercials, that's like 45-ish minutes. So, but Bold only has 17 to 20 minutes because you got to put in the the advertisements, and then you have whatever's left to tell whatever story you're trying to tell today. So, or the given day. Okay. So I already give grace, and then I kind of am starting to learn because I'm a relatively new viewer to the soap opera, to this one, that they go off the rails. Okay, every time you think that they're gonna go straight, they turn left. When they turn left, they turn right. So you gotta be mentally prepared for that, or you're gonna be like, what? The whole time. So I'm kind of like getting used to that. So there are a couple things that I just have um already in my mind when I'm watching this. Okay. Um Today was today was okay. It was kind of like a small fashion show, but it wasn't a fashion show. It was like a to see the looks because there were three girls in the three different looks, and then also somebody was wearing a fragrance or something. But that was it. But it was kind of like it was cool to see because it's supposed to be a fashion house. So I want to see more fashion shows. But when I say fashion show, I mean like, the whole episode is a fashion show with other things maybe kind of cropped in there. But that wasn't what today was. So, yeah. Let's see. So we saw that in the beginning scene. And then we jump to Liam and Beth are having a daddy daughter dance because Liam and Kelly had a daddy daughter dance before, so you know. And then of course, she's cute, so you kind of want them to be together because you understand the family element. But then part of me was like screaming in my head of, have you ever heard of the phrase co-parenting and the fact that other people can have relationships with your parents and you still be part of the family? Okay, like, okay, so not that I'm a proponent of divorce, I'm a proponent of relationships and I'm a proponent of whatever works for you. Okay, that being said, if your parents end up happier divorced, then so be it, because you don't want to be raised in an environment where it's all pins and needles and tension and stuff all the time. Okay. Um. So okay, and this feeds into Hope and Liam because they were married before, but they got divorced and whatever. Okay. So let's start from there. They're divorced. There's nothing wrong with the relationship at this point. So why they want to be back together is beyond me. Okay? If Hope wants to be back with them because of guilt, I'm not about that. I'm not about guilt and manipulation or any of that stuff. Now, if it's organic and it happens and you still want to be with the person, whatever, then fine. But this doesn't feel like that. This feels manufactured, and I don't appreciate it because just okay, I got two bones to pick with this. All right. She has a good relationship, and I mean a good relationship with Carter. Okay, now I got past when he cheated on her and the stuff. I got past that, and I wanted them to be engaged and to get married. Okay, they got engaged eons ago, what feels like eons ago, And I'm like, are they getting married? When are they getting married? And I'm like, why the holdup? Why? Like, they getting married or not? And so then he comes back and says, I would marry you tomorrow. And then she was the one who was wishy washy, saying, well, I don't know. And him and hawing. And I'm like, why are you even thinking about it? You're talking about a good man. He's good and stable. He's smart. He's nice. He's got all the things. So what's the problem? And then Liam gets sick. So then she feels guilty that she has to be by his side and whatever. And I understand that. But I'm like, okay, you got a man, so don't get involved with him other than, that kind of support. But don't go beyond that. I'm saying that in my head. And then I'm like, oh no, they're gonna put him back together again. And then I start like screaming in my head, why? Because and I'm sorry to like repeat myself. I know I repeat myself on these things. I know I do. I try not to, but I do. Okay? All right. So let's do a little separation of character and actor. Okay, now Scott Clifton, I love. I love him. He can do no wrong. He's funny. He's smart. Whatever. Okay. Liam, unless you're gonna have a total change of personality and actually be a one-woman guy and not be wishy-washy anymore, don't do this to Hope. Now, if you do this to Hope, I won't like you anymore because Hope has been through all the stuff, all of it. Okay? And she's a good person, a nice person. She doesn't deserve that anymore. Besides which, I go back to my original point co parenting. You can co parent a child and not be in a relationship with the other person, other than the co parenting one. Okay? But it does not have to turn into a romantic relationship. This is 2025. Get with the program. Like, hello? Okay. So, I guess if they're going to rotate people, then we're going to see Will, Electra, Luna, who knows, tomorrow, because that's what they tend to do. I got to give them that much. They do rotate their characters a lot. So sometimes it feels like you see a lot more characters on that soap opera than you do on the other ones. So, all right. Bye, everybody.